So if you're a gay person dealing with depression, you're not on your own. Lots and lots of gay people go through depression and go through anxiety and feeling blue and not quite comfortable. And sometimes that could be due to we're hiding our identities, we're not fully out with ourselves, we're dealing with multiple kind of personas that we have to portray into the world. And I wanted to explore some of that in this video today. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is yatininspire and I'm a mindset coach who work with LGBT, queer, desi people. I love empowering and inspiring people to become the best versions of themselves. In today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about things that you can help yourself with when you're feeling low and when you're feeling depressed, especially when you're gay. Before I start today's video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So according to a recent survey, LGBT people are 3 times more likely to go through depression than their heterosexual counterparts. And that's quite worrying, that's a lot. And sometimes it's quite difficult to even approach for help because we feel we have all these stereotypes that we have to either live up to, or maybe we might feel like we might get outed in the process of actually going for help. And that stigma, that challenge of not being able to even ask for help can really be overwhelming and can be quite debilitating. There's a recent survey done in 2013 with LGBT youth, and here are some of the facts. 55% of LGBT youth feel unsafe at school, and 37% feel unsafe because of their gender expression. 74% of LGBT kids have been harassed verbally, and 56% have been verbally harassed because of their gender identity. And 16% of LGBT youth were physically assaulted, whether it be punched, kicked, or with a physical weapon. Or 11% experienced that because of their gender expression. So there are many reasons why people are going to fall into depression, because if you can't be yourself, it's going to be very difficult to express who you are fully, authentically, and be yourself. So outside of seeking help externally, it's important to actually create a self-care plan, a way to treat yourself in a loving and decent way when you're going through these kind of difficult and tough times. And part of that self-care plan is finding out what works for you, something that a technique that you've used in the past that might work for you, something that friends use or you've seen on TV or in the media or read in a magazine that works for you. Take it on board, make that part of your plan. If you're not sure where to start, however, consider these tips. So try and avoid social isolation. Connect with people. I know there is a fear that if you connect with people, they might shun you because you're gay, but try and find a tribe of people who accept you, and then make sure you stay in touch with them and physically try and meet them. It's not just a case of being on touch on Instagram or on Grindr or on other apps. Actually physically meet up, go for walks, spend time together, do things together, but that social interaction is incredibly important. Sometimes when you're with your friends or with these people, they might not necessarily be of the same gender or sexual identity as yourself, but as long as you know that they support you, talk about your problems. Sometimes, a problem talked about is a problem halved, a problem shared is a problem halved. Just by speaking and getting out your mind can actually help, and having someone that can actually just listen to what you're going through can really help. And try and seek opportunities for social interaction of some form, some shape or other. Even if it is just going for a coffee and speaking to the person in the queue in the coffee shop, but that social interaction is really important. But if you've got a few trusted friends that you can just call upon, just to go out for a coffee, go for a drink, have a little meal, just have a cuddle, just to come over and watch a movie together, that social interaction is incredibly positive for you. Maybe try and join some online or support groups that also understand what you've been going through. So there might be groups of people who are, dealing with depression, or specifically LGBT focused groups as well, which may help even more. Because sometimes when you go to groups like that, people there have also gone through similar experiences, and then when you realize that you're not on your own, I know it sounds strange, but it actually lifts your spirit up a little bit because you're not on your own. And I'm telling you now, you're not on your own. All of us, including myself, have gone through difficulties and challenges in terms of depression and anxiety, partially because of our sexuality and partially because of other aspects as well. There are many support groups out there as well. It's just a case of finding the right one. Maybe you might go to a few Maybe take a friend along with you if you're a little bit cautious, or maybe before you go along, speak to the organizer to see if they can set you up with a buddy or someone that can welcome you. So you're not just going there totally on your own, you've talked to someone before you actually end up there. But that can end up being really important as well, just to kind of open the door for you to actually enter some of these support groups. When you go to some of these groups as well, they will, some of the groups will actually allow you to openly talk about your anxiety or your depression or your feeling of low because of your sexuality as well, especially if they're queer focused groups. And don't be scared to open up, because again, there might be other people who have gone through similar experiences. Part of your self-care plan might be finding a coach or a therapist who actually specializes in the LGBT field that can actually help you come to terms with your own unique challenges, and just be a listening ear. Sometimes you just need to be listened to. If you find a coach that has LGBT or has an LGBT background, is trained in the LGBT community, then they'll understand some of the more unique challenges that we come from or we go through. I mean, if you're really struggling to find someone out there, don't forget I'm also a coach, so you're welcome to approach me, and I'm more than willing to help out. So a coach will generally help you, because a lot of coaches have gone through similar experiences themselves in terms of at least the anxiety and the worry and the depression. However, what they can do is they'll also have steps that can help you come out of those ruts that we're in. So sometimes you might not be ready to speak to friends and family, but at least you can approach a trained, qualified therapist or a counsellor in a professional setting. They can at least be an avenue for you to voice your thoughts, and they can end up helping you, guide you through some of your challenges as well that you're going through. So research shows that therapy is an incredibly effective way to actually come out of depression, especially if someone is LGBT trained. That's even more effective. So in addition to addressing the issues that are actually causing you the depression, therapy helps people feel more in control of their own lives as well. Therapy teaches people how to deal with stress in healthy ways. This can help you avoid unhealthy triggers, things like alcohol and drugs, which can end up leading you down an even deeper depressive spiral. There are lots of organizations that can help you deal with depression. I'm going to link some of them in the notes below. Be kind to yourself. It's really important to be self-compassionate and self-caring to oneself. That's one of the keys to actually coming out of depression. Remember that you're not on your own. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to subscribe to my channel.